In the days when judges still ruled Israel, there lived a man named Elkanah who went up each year from his town to worship and sacrifice to the Lord of hosts at Shiloh. He had 2 wives, Peninnah, who bore him
sons and daughters, and Hannah, whom he loved deeply, yet she had no children. Year after year they traveled to the house of the Lord. Peninnah, seeing that Hannah's womb was closed, provoked her cruelly. She marked her barrenness and stirred her grief, especially when they came to worship. Hannah wept and would not eat, and her heart grew heavy within her. Elkanah said to her, "Hannah, why do you weep? Why do you not eat? Am I not more to you than 10 sons?" Yet his words could not heal the ache of her soul. One day, after they had eaten and drunk in Shiloh, Hannah rose and went to the tabernacle of the Lord. Eli, the priest, was sitting on a chair by the doorpost. Hannah stood before the Lord, her spirit broken, her sorrow poured out like water. She prayed silently, her lips moving but no sound coming forth. Tears fell upon the ground as she cried out in her heart, saying, "O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed look upon the affliction of your servant and remember me, and not forget your servant, but give to your servant a son, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life, and no raise." As she prayed, Eli watched her mouth and thought her to be drunk. He said to her, "How long will you go on being drunk? Put your wine away from you." But Hannah answered gently, "No, my Lord, I am a woman deeply troubled. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but I have poured out my soul before the Lord. Do not regard your servant as a worthless woman, for I have been speaking out of my great anxiety and grief." Then Eli answered her, "Go in peace, and the God of Israel grant your petition that you have made to him." Hannah said, "Let your servant find favor in your eyes." And she went her way, ate, and her face was no longer downcast, for she believed that the Lord had heard her prayer. In due time, the Lord remembered Hannah. She conceived and bore a son, and she named him Samuel, saying, "Because I asked for him from the Lord." When the child was weaned, Hannah brought him to the house of the Lord at Shiloh, along with offerings of thanksgiving. She presented Samuel to Eli and said, "For this child I prayed, and the Lord has granted me my petition. Therefore I lend him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he is given to the Lord." And Hannah prayed again, saying, "My heart rejoices in the Lord. My horn is lifted high in my God. There is none holy like the Lord, for there is none besides you." Thus the Lord turned Hannah's sorrow into joy, and her prayer into praise. And the child Samuel grew in the presence of the Lord, becoming a prophet through whom God would speak to Israel.